Hello, today I'm going to show you how to create this Peppermint Swirl candy. Let's open a new document, get rid of the stroke and leave the fill white. Next, press the letter L for the ellipse tool or select it from the toolbar panel and single click on the artboard. Check this chain link to constrain the width and the height proportions and then type 500. Next, open the Align panel. Make sure Align to Artboard is checked and choose Horizontal and Vertical Align Center. Now we will create 4 copies of this circle and place them on top of each other. To do this, click on this arrow and drag this sublayer into the Create New Layer icon. Let's repeat this 3 more times. And we have 5 white circles. Let's lock the top 4 circles and turn off their visibility. We will use them later. Now select the bottom circle and change its fill to red. Click away to deselect. Next we'll create this part. First, select white from the swatches panel and then switch to the rectangle tool. Now hover your mouse over the center guide and while you are holding down the Alt key, drag it out to create a long and narrow rectangle. Let's move it up so the bottom of the rectangle aligns with the center of the circle. Next, with the selection tool still active, double-click on the rectangle to isolate it from the rest of the artwork. Now switch to the Direct Selection tool and select the 2 bottom anchor points. Right-click, choose Average and make sure both is checked. This brings 2 anchor points to the center and places them on top of each other. We can delete one of them by switching to the Delete Anchor Point tool and then click on this anchor point. Now, with the triangle selected, go to Effect, Distort and Transform and choose Twist. Set the angle to a desired look and click OK. Then go to Object and choose Expand Appearance. Next, we'll create more copies and rotate them around the circle. First, press the letter R for the Rotate tool, and then, while you are holding down the Alt key, click on this anchor point to set the rotation point. Type 360 over whatever number of copies you would like to make, and then click Copy. Now press the Ctrl and D keys on your keyboard several times to repeat the last step. Let's exit this isolation mode by pressing the Escape key on our keyboard. Select everything, go to Pathfinder and choose Divide. Now right-click and choose Ungroup. Next, we'll delete all shapes outside the circle. First, select the Lasso tool and draw a closed path within the circle's boundary. This selects all shapes inside the circle. Let's group them together and lock this group layer. Now select all the outside shapes and press the Delete key on your keyboard. We can press the Ctrl, Shift and D keys to see how it will look on a transparent background. Next, we'll add highlights and shadows. Let's turn on the visibility of the first white circle layer, unlock it, make sure it is selected, and move it above this group layer. Select the Mesh tool and click in 2 places to create a gradient mesh. Switch to the Direct Selection tool and select this mesh point. Let's change the fill to black. Now select the mesh points on the edge of this circle and use the same fill. Make sure the whole object is selected and then open the transparency panel. Change the opacity to about 19%. We can always go back and change the color of any mesh point later on. Next, we'll add a darker border. Let's turn on the visibility of the next layer, unlock it and move it to the top. Lock the mesh layer to prevent it from shifting. With the circle selected, open the gradient panel and add the white and black gradient. Change the type to radial and the black color stop to gray. Now move the white color stop to this location. Open the transparency panel and change the blending mode to multiply. Let's adjust the gradient. Next, we'll add highlights. Turn on the visibility of the next circle, unlock it and move it to the top. Let's scale it down a bit. Now apply the white and black gradient. Change the black color stop to white and the opacity to 0. Select the other color stop and reduce the opacity to 50%. Now press the letter G to show the gradient annotator on the screen and adjust its direction. Finally, unlock the bottom circle and turn on the visibility of this layer. Make sure the layer is selected and then go to Effect, Stylize and choose Drop Shadow. Change the color to gray and click OK. Let's unlock all layers and duplicate this object. Open the sublayers of the duplicated group layer, select only the red shapes and apply a different color. Thanks for watching, bye bye.